Imagine the perfect video store. It would have a great selection, right? Right! Over 10,000 videos. 3 evening rentals, so no rush, no hassle. Fast checkout. 24-hour quick drop return. Open late every night. Well, the perfect video store
Welcome to Blockbuster Video.
is popping up all over the country. There's one near you.
Blockbuster Video. Wow, what a difference.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Basically Anything podcast. I am your host this week, Dick the Rickhead, and I am joined with my 2 other co-hosts.
I'm R2 friend.
Terrible.
Tosic Wolf.
There you go. Robbie, redo your fucking intro. You come back in. Come back in and you fucking do this shit.
Alright. Sorry. Okay. Hi, I'm R2 friend. Nice to meet you guys, even though we've already met.
All right, that's all right. We'll settle for that. we can settle for that. All right. So this week on the podcast we have some topics to tackle. Going into topic 1, we all play Rainbow Six, right?
Yes.
Okay. In fact, we literally right before the podcast we were fucking playing it. So this is kind of breaking news of when it comes out, when it came out to us, but when this comes out it might be a little bit more not fleshed out and detailed.
Yeah.
Rainbow Six has seasons, and they're currently in their 4th year in their season 1, and season 2 operators are being leaked. Pretty much every day they're just going to be coming out with leaks for these things. Nobody knows what the season's going to be called, but someone leaked what their gadgets might be.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And
I heard that it's going to be defense glass and an offense cav.
Well, someone
Sorta.
specified specifically what these gadgets were online, and I have a serious problem with it. Because this is
Okay.
something that I've played this game a lot. I've done a great I played this game a lot. But there was one thing that I said about 2 years ago that would ruin this game if they added in an operator who can do this, and it looks like they're going to be doing it.
Okay.
So this is a disclaimer. This is all rumor. This could all very well have changed. In fact, this probably will not date well when this is released after the fact. If you're going and watching this 6 months down the line, they probably already came out with the operators and it'll be fine. But the U.S. operator, who's U.S. Secret Service that they announced, will have the ability to see through smoke and be immune to flash grenades.
Yeah,
this is a
so
defender.
Like a gang.
Yeah. That isn't the one I have a problem with. The one that I have a problem with is the Danish attacking op.
Yep.
And according to some outlets, she will have the ability to just turn invisible.
Yeah.
Not
I heard about that one.
it does not specify specifically invisible to cameras like one of the operators that's already in the game, just invisible for a short period of time.
Right.
I
And
have
I don't-
I have a serious problem with this because
I don't know if that's gonna.
Yeah.
That's not a good idea.
I just I really like this game, but in recent years they've added some operators in the game that are kind of questionable as sense of realism,
Well, yeah.
which I don't really have a problem with, holograms and being invisible to cameras and fucking it's questionable, but I'm willing to suspend my disbelief because it's a video game.
Right.
And invisibility isn't something that isn't too far out of the realm of realistic military. It just seems like like you have to really look for something now in the game. Like there are plenty of games that do these type of multiplayer aspects with invisibility as a feature. Like Call of Duty has done it in the past. I know Titanfall 2 has that ability.
Halo's
Crysis
done
did
it.
it. Halo, Crysis.
Yeah. And you see the shimmering outline of them, and like you can dictate basically who's there, but in this game they have to do this right. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be an operator who's going to be like a really fast operator who can just turn invisible and run into the objective and nobody can see it.
Right.
But
No, it'll probably be like a 2-speed or 3-speed. 2-speed or 1-speed.
I'm hoping that what it is it's a 3 armor operator that can only be invisible when they're not moving.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm
that
hoping.
Would make sense.
Or like they can move like really slow while the ability is active, and they can turn really slow while the ability is active. They have to be hindered a lot when that happens.
Oh yeah.
Then I can see some balancing in it, but it's just one of those things that I'm just like, I don't know. Like I see, like I've played this game a lot. I really enjoy it, but like in the past like few seasons, I've really have had my falling out with Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
And it all started really with Grim Sky, I think, was like the beginning of like, all right, I can sort of see where this game is going now, and it's just adding in a bunch of outlandishly weird operators to change the meta, sure.
Clash.
Yeah. But like the last fun season that I think they had was Parabellum in my eyes.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like,
Parabellum has to be the best Rainbow Six season thus far.
Like thus far, I would say that Parabellum and Velvet Shell, the one where they introduced Jackal and Mira, were like two of the best seasons that they had. So prior to Parabellum, that was the best season, which was
really. I liked White Noise a lot.
I don't know. Like White Noise was fun with the operators. I just hated the map. Like,
yeah,
I
Tower
loved
was
Tower,
garbage.
dude. Tower was like one of my favorite maps. It still is.
What is wrong with you?
Dude, it's such a good map.
No, all right.
All right, 3
So
floors.
sorry, we're gonna have to say that we're removing Wolf from the podcast. It was nice having you here for one episode.
Yeah. It's time to part ways.
Yeah.
Oh, he fucking...
He left the Discord.
Oh, no. I wonder if I could add in that sound effect when I get him in, but anyway.
Oh, yeah, you could make his wavelengths disappear.
Yeah, I can somehow go and do that. Yeah, I really enjoy the game. I'm probably going to play the season. I'm not playing most of, this season. I really only play it with friends, like today. Like that was sort of the like occasion I was playing it.
The casual fuck around.
Yeah,
type of
same.
season.
Yeah.
Especially how there's so many glitches too. Like
yeah.
Ubisoft needs to fix their game like really badly right now. Like they got the shield glitches on like I think 5 operators: Tachanka, Rook. It's Tachanka, Rook, Maestro, Jaeger again, which is pissing me off. They got Clash over here, which shoot through your shield, and if she has the SMG, then you're dead.
It's just
and then headshots just don't even. It doesn't even matter. Hit him in the feet now.
Yeah, I mean it's really like it's difficult because I like this game and I like going with this game, but it just feels like what they're doing is they're running out of ideas. And they're kind of like, we didn't want to do like an invisible operator, and now they're like pulling them off the shelves and being like, all right, well we got to do it because we have to like increase the number of users playing the game and stuff like that. I'm not sure. I wonder if I could look it up right now what the active concurrent players is on Rainbow Six.
You should be able to.
Hold on. Community Hub. You can probably see active viewers.
I know you can find it on Steam.
There are 40,000 people on Steam playing Rainbow Six in game right now.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, there's 40 million that are active at the moment.
Or 40,000, not 40. Holy shit, 40 million! Could you imagine that? Where?
No, like I mean 40 million that have that.
Oh, you mean like
currently
like,
active?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Play
that are
the
currently
game,
active, playing like every day.
Right. Okay. I can't see that. I can only see that number. But like a lot of people playing this game, and I appreciate like the model that they're going with, like how they're structuring their content. It's all free and it's all like you can pay for it with the in-game currency, and it's not that difficult to get the in-game currency. At least get that much. Like if you just play the season, you have to get like what 50,000 renown, like the in-game currency to get the operators of that season. That's not that hard.
Right.
So I would like to see them at least like dole back like the whole like futuristic aspect of it, because I don't know. I'm excited for the next season. I'm excited to see where it goes, but I'm worried that they might just like start adding in operators that are just ridiculously overpowered.
Yeah, just for the sake of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just where I stand on the game. I did not play much of the previous season. I don't even remember what it was even called.
I played too much. Wind Bastion.
Oh yeah, that's it. I did not play that season, I think, at all. Like I just kind of skipped it. I played it at the start.
You and I played a couple games throughout it here and there, but we never like got fully into it, you know.
Yeah.
I think the main thing I liked about Wind Bastion was just the air jabs, and you just put it right next to it. And then she got her Claymore removed, and I think that was what ruined it for me.
Yeah,
that's one of the
things. That's one of the things that they add in with these games. They add in these operators that you think are going to be like, oh my gosh, these are going to be so much fun. They're going to be so good. And then you add in like a character like Nomad, and it's like, I just don't like playing her. She's not fun. Like, Alibi is fun. And like I really enjoy playing that character, and that's why I say Parabellum is one of the better seasons. But it's like,
it's just like when Mozzie's trailer was released, everybody was freaking out.
Yeah, and then they realized that there's not a lot of uses for drones on defending sides. There's about 700 other cameras. Valkyrie is a better camera operator than pretty much all the other camera operators in the game. So it's like, I don't know. What's been happening is the operators that they've been releasing seem to be overpowered, and everyone wants to play them, and like they're like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so much fun. I could totally play as this, and then they release them, and they're just like, well, it's boring. Same with like Gridlock. I would love to play more Gridlock, but the problem is, situationally, she's only good on bomb, and she is chunky as fucking hell, and I feel like I'm walking around with like a hitbox the size of the moon. So
it's ridiculous.
It's like I don't know. The trade-off for it is like they've just been making these operators, and they seem to be incredibly overpowered. Like we're freaking out about the fact that this might be invisible, but it might not even be fun. And then after that, what's the point? If the game isn't fun, then what's the point? I don't know.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to hard segue into our other topics. I have 2 topics prepared for you guys. And we can.
You said something was like a game or something too, right?
Yes, it is. So one topic is a game, and the other one is just a regular topic that we can just talk about. I want to get your opinion on the other topic, but which one would you guys like to do first? The game or just the regular topic?
I kind of want to do the game.
Yeah, let's try and do the game real quick.
Okay.
Not even real quick.
So this week I'm out of school. I'm completely done with college for the most part until the fall. Yeah.
Congrats.
But I mean, it's.
You gonna fix your upload schedule now?
No. So what happens is I kind of just spend most of the day just browsing the internet, kind of just falling into these like weird holes and like discovering things, like browsing r/today I learned like weird stuff.
Yeah.
Basically
And
looks at the deep web of memes.
basically, yeah. But I found an article that was 50 sequels to movies that you have seen that you did not know existed.
Okay.
Like movies that you have seen as a child or have seen some part in your life. Famous movies that have sequels, direct sequels, that continue the story of the movie that you saw. You have no idea that they even existed. I have compiled a list of 7 movies of the many, many lists. I picked 7 that I know for a fact you guys... movies that you guys have at least seen or have heard of.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is I'm going to give you the name of the title, like the title of the movie, of the sequel movie, and I'm going to give you the original title of the original movie, of what it's a sequel of. So like Star Wars 2, like that kind of thing. And then from that, from just the name, you guys have to guess what the plot is of this movie. And whoever is closest, I will give them a point. And then we will decide what the winner gets next week or something like that. And we'll figure out what we'll be doing, all right?
All right.
Well, shit.
Okay. So the first one caught me off guard because I knew there was a sequel to this, but I didn't know this sequel existed.
Okay.
Do you guys remember a little movie from Disney? Most of these are Disney, by the way. I'm so surprised how many Disney movies have sequels that are so shitty. You guys remember a little Disney movie called Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah, actually, yeah. It's not too little.
Yeah. What if I were to tell you that there is a sequel to Lilo and Stitch called Leroy and Stitch? Now...
You're joking.
No, I'm not joking. I'm not making this up. This is an actual movie that actually
I
exists.
think I've seen it. I think I've seen it.
That is surprising to me because I have not, and I loved Lilo and Stitch. Okay, so just from the title, Robbie, you will go first. What do you think this movie is? What's the plot of this movie?
I'm thinking that it almost has the same plot as the first movie, or Lilo had a brother or something like that, and I imagine him playing basketball with Stitch a lot. Because I'm not racist.
So your synopsis of the movie is that Stitch has a brother, or like Lilo has a brother. Wait, Lilo has a.
I'm guessing it's Lilo's brother.
And it's like his adventure into discovering that aliens exist.
Yeah, but I imagine because of reasons to be unnamed, he plays a lot of basketball with Stitch.
No.
Okay.
You got it all wrong.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
It's I'm pretty sure. I don't know, dude. I remember watching this a long ass time ago with I think my nephew.
Okay. All right.
We were just browsing movies and we found it and we were like, let's watch it.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's another alien, just like Stitch, and yeah, it's the second one. It's like, Stitch is blue. This one's red, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All I know is it came from space, just like Stitch did, and landed on Earth, and friends.
So, Toxic, you're right.
Yeah.
That is the. I'm sorry. I can't get over how stupid the actual plot is. You're
Did I get
right,
basketball
but you're
right?
leaving. No. So what happens is Lilo and Stitch. By the way, this is not the first sequel to Lilo and Stitch. This is the 4th movie in the Lilo and Stitch saga. This is the 4th one. This is the very last movie they made, and it came out in 2006. And it says, New circumstances force Lilo and her alien friends to part ways while Gantu and Dr. Von Hamsterville, an evil hamster, I shit you not, he's an alien, create a Stitch clone named Leroy in order to capture all of the experiments that what's his name? The alien that created Stitch created, like, all of his experiments and take over the galaxy. And so Stitch has to go and stop his evil clone. And if I remember this correctly, from the clips that I saw of the movie, fucking Leroy explodes, like his head just explodes at the end of the movie or something like that. Like they hug him or something and his head explodes. Like that's what I remember this movie being. So Toxic, you have a point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember this being a red one.
Yeah.
I was younger though.
Yeah,
It's so long
it's
ago.
an exact copy of Stitch. It's just he's red. That's it. And he has like a lower voice because he has to be evil.
Yeah.
So, do you guys remember Daredevil, the 2003 movie starring Ben Affleck?
Daredevil.
Yes.
I don't
Never
think
watched
so.
it.
Okay, so there was a really terrible movie, Daredevil movie, where Ben Affleck was Daredevil, and everyone criticized him for it. And in the movie, I forget her fucking name, I did not write it down on this list, he falls in love with a girl who turns out to be an assassin, and her name is Elektra. And she straight up fucking dies in Daredevil. Like, full-fledged on-camera death scene. Well, apparently she survived, and survived so hard enough that they came out with a sequel to this movie in 2005.
What?
I want you guys... Alright, Toxic, you got the first point. What do you think this movie is about?
She comes back? What? Okay, so I think...
that's part of the
she
plot, is she comes back from the dead. Okay, yes.
Okay, I think she comes back from the dead, and I think she's going to try to either, one, try to get with him, or two, she's going to try to kill him. Yeah.
Okay, alright.
She's going to seduce him.
Seduce the Daredevil. Alright. Robbie?
I don't know. I guess... I'm trying to think of, like, I don't know, maybe she just comes back to life and goes around, like, beating people in, like, heavily guarded areas and stuff like that, and I guess she just becomes an overall assassin and just kills a bunch of people, and I guess she falls in love with somebody else.
Okay. I'm gonna have to give
You
the
got
point
that
to... I'm gonna have to give the point to Robbie on this one.
What?
So, here's what happens. Elektra, the warrior, that is her full name, Elektra the warrior, survives a near-death experience. She straight up fucking died. It wasn't a near-death experience. And becomes an assassin for hire. And she has to protect a father and his young daughter from a group of supernatural assassins. This
Okay.
movie has a lower score than Daredevil on Rotten Tomatoes. It has 11% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Damn. That's horrible.
So I'm going to have to give that point to Robbie on that one because he did say assassin and he did basically describe that she comes back and she starts doing her job again. And that's basically what happens.
Yeah, see, I thought she would just come back and kill him.
Yeah. You were close, but he was closer. The next one is pretty self-explanatory of the series. This one is entitled, from 2005, Tarzan 2, Who Am I?
What? I think I've heard about the fact that there was a second one, but
This one's kind of like, alright, Robbie, you go first.
okay. So it's called Tarzan Who Am I?
Yeah.
I thought that was the song in it.
No, the full title of this movie, I looked it up on several places, is Tarzan 2, Who Am I?
Alright, So what I'm thinking is that Tarzan somehow like realizes everything that he's been doing in his life, and I guess he wants to try and find a way back to actual society, I guess.
Okay.
And so pretty much I want to say the plot of the movie is him dealing with the whole jungle situation, but he also wants to try and find out who he really is outside of the jungle,
Okay.
I guess.
Okay. Toxic. What's your plot synopsis for Tarzan 2? Who am I?
Well, I'm gonna guess the first one was, just Tarzan growing up and shit, right, to adult.
Right.
I'm gonna guess this one because he says, "Who am I?" Right.
Right.
I'm gonna guess he just thinks he grown up with apes and shit. So I'm gonna guess he's still a kiddish, and he's just hanging out with his ape friends, and he's probably thinking, "Why am I different? Who am I?" Yeah. I'm guessing he's still a kid.
All right. Yeah.
Area.
Toxic
Not
has
an
it.
adult.
He's still a kid, and I'm gonna have to give you the point on that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say it.
This is also not the second Tarzan movie. This is my favorite fact
Oh,
about
it's not?
this. It's Tarzan 2, but it's the third Tarzan movie.
What?
What?
Yeah.
What?
The previous movie is called Tarzan and Jane. They just made Tarzan 2 because they wanted it to be a prequel, which is not a sequel. It's completely fucked up. Disney has this weird way. There's another one on this list that's the exact same thing that's
So
Disney that they
So
can't
it's basically
count.
It's basically what Borderlands did.
Kinda. Well, Borderlands 2 takes place
Oh, never
after
mind,
the
never
fact,
mind.
and then Borderlands the
Yeah.
pre-sequel is all the
Yeah, never
stuff.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys ever heard of a movie called American Psycho?
I've heard of it, but
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
think I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever watched it.
It stars Christian Bale, who is Batman from Christian Bale, right? That's his name. Hold on, I have to look up who Batman is.
Ben Affleck.
No, it's different Batman. Come on.
Wilhelm.
Yeah,
I think,
Christian
right?
Bale. Yeah, it's Christian Bale. In Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. So he is basically a psychopathic killer. And he's a businessman, and it's a really, really good movie. If you guys, I guess you guys haven't seen it. It's a really good movie. But they made a sequel to American Psycho called American Psycho 2: All American Girl.
Okay.
Toxic, you're gonna go first on this one. What? I guarantee you, if any of you manage to get the actual plot to this, I will literally shit myself. Toxic,
Wait, American Psycho 2, American Girl?
All
What?
American Girl.
That's the title, All American.
Yes. It is your turn,
All right.
Toxic. What is the plot of this movie?
I'm gonna guess, since it mentions girl, All American Girl, it's gonna be a girl probably, right?
Right.
It's a psycho killer person, and she's gonna kill either a lot of guys or just a lot of women. I think she's just gonna go crazy and just start killing a shit ton of people and die, and then come back and then kill more people because movies do that shit to people. And yeah.
Okay. All right. Robbie, what is your synopsis of this movie?
Okay, so there was a girl in the first one, right?
It's mostly just Christian Bale. There are girls
mostly
in the
him.
first. Yeah, there are girls in the movie. But none of them are killers. As far
Okay.
as I can remember. Yeah.
So I'm thinking. So another question. The first one was kind of like an origin story, right? In a way.
Yeah.
All right. I'm thinking because the world wants what it wants. I'm thinking it's kind of like an origin story, but instead of a guy, it's a girl. And I'm thinking that maybe she's on a date with somebody and things go wrong, and she just becomes fucked up from there and studies some fucked up shit. and kind of like what Wolf said, she just kind of goes nuts and kills people over and over again.
Okay. All right. Is that the whole? Is that it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
I hope she dies and comes back because I don't get the point there.
I am going to have to, for the record, I have not seen this movie. I don't want to see this movie. I only have what IMDb gives me as a synopsis.
All right.
I don't know if she dies in the movie. What I do know is she's a college student who studies Patrick Bateman, who is Christian Bale's
Damn it,
character
Rob, you got the point.
Hey.
in American Psycho, so I have to give it to Robbie.
Yeah, he
She-
did mention about something about studying shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rachel Newman has developed a taste for murder after studying Patrick Bateman's work and will stop at nothing to become a college professor's assistant. A college professor's assistant. I will stop at nothing to get this assistant job. I will stop at nothing to become Pam from The Office. Basically. Like that's it. You want to become a receptionist. Essentially.
Okay.
So that she's literally killing people to become Pam from The Office. So I have to give the point to Robbie. We have 3 left. We are tied
tied at
2-2. It's best to 3.
All right.
I have for you in
Shit.
front of me. I have a Christmas movie. I have a magician's movie. And I have a Disney movie. Robbie, which one of these would you like to do? And I'll get some feedback from Tosic as well.
I want the Christmas one.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna go for Christmas too.
Okay. Are you aware of a little movie called A Christmas Story?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you aware they made a sequel?
I think yes.
Okay.
Maybe?
It is called, and I shit you not, it came out in 2012. A Christmas
Christmas-
Story 2, the official sequel.
The official
Yeah.
The
sequel?
official sequel.
What makes a sequel official and not official?
Okay, Tosic.
Hey, what's up?
Heads or tails?
Tails. I've already seen the movie too. That's the funny thing.
Oh shit. Alright, then you have to go first because it did come up as tails. What is,
All right. It's just a kid, the teenage guy that finds his dream car and he usually wrecks it while it's in the car shop or something like that when he goes to buy it, and now he has to try to get money to fix it up and pay for it.
Oh, I remember this fucking movie. Yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah.
Alright. Then we won't do that then.
I was gonna say that was an
Yeah,
easy one. I've
yeah.
already seen it.
I'm surprised. I had no idea this movie existed. Okay. We're gonna do the Disney movie because I'm pretty sure you guys wouldn't know the Magician's movie. It's just something I thought was really funny. We can talk about it after the fact. The Disney
Alright, so
movie.
is this all or nothing then?
This is all or nothing, yes.
Okay.
101 Dalmatians 2 Patch's London Adventure.
I've heard of this, but I never saw it.
You've never seen this?
I haven't seen the second movie. I don't believe so.
Tosic, you go first.
It's just the puppy sees his shit. What is the word when you like someone on TV and it's like
Idol?
Idol? Yes. It's like one of the puppies sees his idol on TV and tries to find him, but the evil lady wants him. Yes, something like that.
All
I don't know.
right.
It's been a long time since I've seen it, dude. It's been a long time since I've seen like any Disney movie. Actually, that's a lie because I just watched Avengers Endgame.
All right.
Is it my turn then?
Yeah, I guess you can basically... All right, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm gonna go kind of with the thing of like he saw someone on TV, but there was like a thing on the TV where he could have had a chance to go on the show or something like that. I think maybe, and I think I'm gonna guess it was kind of like Bolt in the way he got left behind or something like that, because that's how all Disney movies work. and I guess he's got to go on this journey, or either just gets replaced with a different dog or something like that. And I want to say that because it's Disney, he finds his way onto the TV show at some point throughout the movie, or the family realizes what was happening when they didn't at first, or something like that. But long story short, he gets on the show.
Okay, so like I said earlier, I can only move with what IMDb gives me as a plot synopsis.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to give it to Tosic.
Yeah!
For the reason of he remembered specifically who the... Alright, wait. Tosic. I want you to think back very, very hard. If you can get even remotely close to it, do you remember what the name of the idol was? I'll give it to you if you can remember that.
Oh, I remember it.
It's Thunderbolt. I know
Yeah.
that. It's Thunderbolt. I know that because my dog's name is Thunder.
Okay.
I
Then
think
I have to
the
give
name
it
of
to
the
Tosic.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of the show, though.
Yeah. So, being one of the 101 Dalmatians takes its toll on Patch, who doesn't feel unique. He's accidentally left behind on moving day and meets his idol, Thunderbolt, who enlists him in a publicity campaign.
I know that because my dog's name is Thunder, and then... Yeah.
The last movie, if you guys want to guess it to see if you guys can get it, is called Now You See Me Too.
Now You See Me Too.
They made a second one?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
The reason I included it on this list is because the name pisses me off more than anything.
Now You See Me Too?
Yeah, because it's... Okay, Now You See Me is the first part in a two-part sentence, right? Now you see me, now you don't. So why the hell didn't you take the creative liberty to call it Now You Don't?
Didn't that movie come out in like 2013, 2014 too?
Came out in 2016. The sequel did. I don't know when the first one came out. I only have the year of the original one.
We'll look it up.
But Now You See Me Too takes place 1 year after the first one, and I shit you not, this is in the IMDb page for it. 1 year after outwitting the FBI and winning the public's winning in the public eye, they just start doing magic again. And it's like the FBI just forgot that they like committed crimes and shit. They're just like, "Oh, it's been a year. Can't do anything. Sorry." Anyway, I found that incredibly funny when I saw that on the list. I was like, "Holy shit, they fucking made that into another movie." Okay, so we will come up with something that you guys that Tosic will win, and maybe sometime in the future we'll do more games like that. Try and win stuff. I don't really know what.
Well, next episode I'm hosting, so yeah, I can figure out a game we can play.
Yeah, there you go. So now we're gonna move into top 3. Streaming services.
Okay.
You guys, Netflix, Hulu, that kind of stuff, Amazon Prime Video.
Right, yes.
There's a lot of them. They've been growing over the years. People have to pay for them a lot. It pisses me off when, new streaming services come out and you have to buy them for things just to watch your show. The only reason I have Hulu is to watch Futurama and South Park, and that's basically it.
Dude, same. Futurama, South Park, and Family Guy, just because Netflix took Family Guy off.
Yeah, I know. I
also watched Future Man.
I did not watch that.
It's pretty funny.
So, Walt Disney, being the people they are, they have a business strategy. And I think it works. Basically what they like to do is they like to buy already successful platforms for a lot of money and then make it into their own thing. And that looks like what is going to happen with Hulu.
Right.
It's possible that Disney isn't going to create its own streaming service. Instead, what it's going to do is it's just going to acquire Hulu.
Oh, yeah. I saw an article earlier today. Disney has the full rights to Hulu now.
Oh, like this is official. I came up with this topic like a few days ago. Like I did
Yeah,
not.
I saw an article today browsing through Facebook that said Disney had acquired all
Wait.
control of Hulu.
Wait, I gotta see if Family Guy's still on. If they took it off, I'm gonna get pissed.
Well, that's just the thing is, like they
We're
acquired
good.
60% of all of the shares owned of Hulu through the 21st Century Fox deal. So
Right.
when they acquired X-Men and like
Marvel, all that.
well, yeah, they acquired X-Men, The Simpsons. There's another one that I'm not thinking of that's on the tip of my tongue that I'm blanking on. But they own a lot of these different platforms now, and some of which are on Hulu. I mean,
Right.
it's a brilliant business strategy, like trying to create something in a competing market when you can just buy something outright that already works and then convert it into your own thing. So what
Yeah.
might happen is people who already have Hulu might get all of the Marvel movies and all of the Star Wars movies. All of the X-Men movies. You'd still have Simpsons and Futurama. You still have Family Guy and all those types of things. Where did he go?
Yeah. Comcast owns
Sorry, I hit the wrong
a
button.
third of Hulu.
So it's a little scummy in my eyes, like that they would be doing this, but it is a brilliant marketing strategy, and I have to give them like, props for it.
We should be good on a lot of movies though, because Comcast owns a third of Hulu, and Disney. It says that Disney won't get the full thing until like 2024.
Yeah. But in addition to this, since we're talking about adding a bunch of stuff to one streaming service, we have to talk about another streaming service that's going to lose probably 3 of its highest rated shows on its platform.
Okay.
Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah, I figured.
NBC has announced that it's starting its own streaming platform for its shows, like all the NBC shows. And in 2020, Netflix is going to try and renegotiate this contract with NBC. And it's possible that they're just going to deny it outright and just shoot it down. And Netflix will lose The Good Place, which I have not watched, but apparently I've heard really good things about it, Parks and Rec, and The Office.
What?
Yes. So it's possible that Good Place, Parks and Rec, and The Office are all going to be taken off of Netflix probably next year or the year prior.
Wow.
So...
Good thing I don't watch any of those.
Dude, I highly recommend while you can, watch The Office.
Oh, yeah,
I've already
absolutely.
watched like 5 episodes of The Office.
You
It's
need to
funny.
keep going. The first season is a bit hard to get through, but after that, you either become addicted or you want nothing to do with it.
Yeah. So it's difficult because I feel as though that a lot of television companies, like Breaking Bad, is on Netflix right now. You
Yeah.
can stream every episode of Breaking Bad back to back to back to back. In fact, I was doing it with my mom for a while because we started binge watching the show and I wanted to watch it again, and it was really good. One of the best TV shows, if not the best TV show that's still a TV show. The best TV show is Breaking Bad, in my eyes.
I have not seen it yet.
It's really good. I highly recommend that you do it. But if AMC came out with a streaming service, which it's very possible that they would,
Yeah.
seeing how as though they also own Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead. They own another one that's called Halt and Catch Fire, or something like that I've heard really good things about. I'm not sure if
Into
Mr.
the Badlands.
Yeah, Into the Badlands, I've heard that. I'm not sure, is Mr. Robot on AMC? I'm not sure. No, it's on USA. I was thinking it was on AMC. Never mind. But they own all these different TV shows, and it's possible that when their contract is up, they might just say, "No, we're just going to start our own streaming service."
Right.
And it's it sucks because then you're going to be paying like what, $10 a month to AMC directly, to binge watch the shows that have already been on cable. I
Right.
come from a household where we have cable, and cable is expensive. And when you factor in all of these different streaming services, it's it's mind numbing. It's like I'm already paying for cable that includes NBC, but now NBC wants to charge me $10 a month extra just to watch The Office.
Right.
Because that's the only thing I watch NBC for. It's like, great, cool. Like, honestly, I think we're gonna phase out cable eventually, and it's just gonna be streaming services.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then after that, it's like, I wish someone would come up with a way of bundling all of this shit together in like a streaming service package. That's what cable providers should do nowadays, where they bundle all of these things together for a slightly discounted price, and then you get like Netflix, NBC, AMC, all the shows. Like, you get to pick what channels you watch specifically, and then you pay for those streaming services directly. Instead of just having, like, dishing out $10 a month to each individual one.
Right, that makes sense.
So, I don't know. What do you guys use, like, what are some shows that you watch on, like, Netflix or other streaming sites that you would recommend? And is there any TV show, any show that if it jumped ship from, let's say it's on Netflix right now, like The Office, and completely just... they took it off of Netflix and they had like on NBC's thing. Would you jump ship and go to NBC and start paying them just to watch The Office?
I wouldn't say for The Office, no, but my family luckily has Netflix and Hulu.
Right.
But I mainly use Netflix, and I was upset when Archer and Family Guy were taken off of Netflix due to the whole conflict between Fox and Netflix.
Right.
So those two shows went on to Hulu, so I had to go on to there to watch those two shows, but that was two shows out of all the ones I watch. So that was a bit of a pain for me. Shows I recommend watching, this one just had a new season come out, Lucifer, on Netflix.
Yeah, you were talking about this on the Discord. You were like freaking out about
Lucifer?
it, and you were making announcements about it. Yeah.
Yeah, season 4. Yeah, dude, I'm so hyped for it.
Yeah, Lucifer season 4 has been on Netflix just under a week now.
Wait, it's on Netflix?
It came on Netflix May 8th. It was originally on Hulu, but they canceled it after 3 seasons, and it was upsetting because it was a very good show, and it kept you on your toes the entire time, because the devil comes up from hell, and this one person won't believe he's the devil, and it gets to a point in season 3 where she finally gets to see him in his devil form, and she was like the one person who didn't believe anything he said.
Yeah.
And so then the next 2 episodes have nothing to do with that, because they're 2 short spin-off episodes, and then they canceled it. So a lot of people were upset, so Netflix picked it back up. And they did a phenomenal job with it. So that's a show I recommend, is Lucifer. It's now on Netflix, not Hulu. This one's an oldie but a goodie, Supernatural.
I've watched that.
I've heard about that. One of the things that's like deterring me from it though is just the sheer number of episodes they have for it.
Yeah, I will say some of the seasons and some of the
done
episodes are fillers, and they do drag on. Their season 15 is going to be the last season, finally. Season 14 was just put on Netflix. I have to watch that yet. But that is a wonderful show to watch blind without knowing anything about it, because that show will hit you in the feels a lot. So if you're into kind of like the supernatural or supernatural-esque stuff, or if you're into like crime-solving shows in a way,
Yeah, basically like ghost hunting and shit.
Not really.
Not
really
just ghost hunting, but it's like all this paranormal shit that just goes on. Like there's like angels, like demons, all kinds of stuff.
Angels, demons, Lucifer, a god, all this stuff. But yeah, that's a show I recommend. But yeah, the main reason I do use Netflix is because I can download episodes offline and watch them on my phone if I don't have internet.
Right.
Yeah, same.
That's the main reason I watch Netflix, because at school, mainly when I've got nothing to do during class or whatever, I don't have service in the building, so I can just download episodes the night before and watch them in class, like when I've got nothing going on, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's my whole debacle with those. Is I prefer Netflix mainly because of that ability. And of course, you don't have the commercials on Netflix like you do Hulu.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's one of the things that pisses me off about Hulu.
Yeah.
Is that they have those, like, you pay $5. Like, I pay $5 a month and I get Spotify Premium and Hulu.
Yeah.
And because I'm a student, and they still just bombard me with ads. And then my friend was like, yeah, I pay $9 a month because I'm out of college, and they still give me ads. So I pay $20 or $15 or something like that a month to not have ads.
Right.
It's like
On Spotify?
on no Hulu. God,
Oh,
if they had
if you do it through Spotify way and then do it to Hulu, you do it better. You get like $3 a month, and you don't get any ads on anything.
I use Spotify Premium all the time. I think it's one of the best like music streaming softwares that you can get.
Definitely.
As far as something that can sync all of the music that I'm listening to my computer and all of the music that I can listen to on my phone, and then I can just like hit a button and I'm listening to the exact same song where it left off from my phone to my computer. Like, I think that's really fucking good. I love the fact that I'd be in the middle of the desert and I can still get Spotify Premium somehow. Like, just get access to it and songs still load all the way through. Like, just in a second I have access to this song. One of the best things I ever invested in.
Yeah.
But I think that it's like... go ahead.
All right. One thing I think that's weird, though, is like I used to pay for Spotify Premium, right?
Right.
I stopped recently. I'm gonna get it again soon. But on computer and on my Xbox, I can listen to whatever song I want without premium. But then I hop on phone, and it's like you can't just choose what song you listen to.
Right.
Since I got Spotify, I think I've always had premium on it. I don't think there was ever a time where I didn't have premium on it.
I had premium for a while, and I just got rid of it because my friends at school and we had the family plan bundle. We all gave this dude like $3 a month, and he paid for it for us.
Right.
And I will say that having premium is one of the best choices you can make if you like listening to music all day, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Tom?
Or just even podcasts.
Yeah. What about, like, as far as shows go, what would you recommend, Logan?
So if you go on, like, this is a thing that you can do. If you go on, like, Google or something, you can download this app, right? Called Aptoid. You go download that. It's not a virus, I swear. You download that, you search up Showbox, and you basically get every single movie or TV show you want.
That, yeah.
After a week it's been out. Like, you can already watch Avengers Endgame on it.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I used to use that for a while.
Yeah, I was re-going through like all the Avengers movies and stuff, just for fun.
Right.
I think I was watching Thor: The Dark World last night.
Mm-hmm. Which is one of the worst Marvel movies.
It's okay. What do you mean? I like all Marvel movies, so I like it. It's a good movie.
I don't know. I have my own opinions about that. It's not as bad as DC,
okay? It's not bad as DC.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Okay? It is. I'd say
so many hate comments on just that.
I'd say that, like, DC's best movie is like the equivalent of Thor: The Dark World. So that's the worst Marvel movie that, in my mind, that I can think of. Next to maybe Incredible
Well, are you talking
Hulk,
an MCU movie, or are you talking about just like Marvel? Because if you're talking just Marvel, then I'm gonna have to say like Spider-Man, the 2012 with
Andrew Garfield. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
those
I
were
mean like
horrible.
MCU movie as far as the
Okay,
MCU
okay.
movies go, like rating them in their own category. Like Ant-Man and the
okay.
Wasp isn't good either in my eyes.
I haven't seen Ant-Man or Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Same.
Yeah,
But I don't think it really matters because they don't really have too big of a part in the MCU. So
There you go. And somehow
mean,
we've
besides the part about the quantum realm.
right, and somehow we've reverted this podcast back to talking about the MCU. What about
That was
shows?
back
Yeah,
to-
what about
back to
shows?
movies
Yeah,
and shows you
yeah,
recommend.
shows. What shows would you recommend on your Pirate Bay website?
I don't know, anything you really want to, I guess. I don't watch shows on there. I watch shows on Hulu. I just barely started watching South Park again. Like I watched a few episodes like a few years back when they first made it, and then I cut it off. I never watched it again, so I'm restarting and watching it all through.
If you want a good, funny show to watch on Hulu, watch Archer.
Archer
that-
and Futurama.
Yeah,
I've
Archer
already
is-
seen all Futurama.
Yeah.
Watch Archer next.
I mean, if
Archer
you
is
were-
fucking gold.
Fucking
Bender.
Bender, the gender bender.
I wonder if you could. I would love to. I had an idea a few days ago of like taking Futurama clips and then like trying to remake Endgame. Because I just remembered there's a clip in Futurama where Bender's just like, well, you can send me back in time and I'll just hold on to the object in the basement and then I'll just wait. So he like goes back in time and steals the Mona Lisa and then waits in the basement of the entire building for like 3,000 years, just like with the Mona Lisa in hand, and then he just wakes up and walks out of the cellar with it. So that was just one of the things that I was thinking about. I was like, that's kind of like what they did in Endgame almost, but yeah, Futurama is one of the best comedy animated shows I think of all time.
Oh yeah.
So
Behind Family Guy.
I have my own opinions.
Family Guy was really good around season 1 to season I think 6 or 7, and then it kind of like the jokes kind of like got repetitive. I don't know. They're still pretty funny, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'd say it's a good watch of Family Guy, but like in recent years, I'd say it's kind of like it's the same thing with the Simpsons. Yeah. And seeing as the Simpsons was made by the same guy who made Futurama, Matt Groening, right? Groening or something around that name. I'm bad with names. Like he made Simpsons, and I love the Simpsons. Like, don't get me wrong, I grew up on the Simpsons, but in previous years, I just cannot stand any of the episodes they have on there. And I absolutely adore literally every episode of Futurama. Every episode is pretty much like great. I cannot think of one that I don't like that at least has at least one memorable moment in it where you just like it kind of just makes you chuckle a little bit, like laugh a little tiny bit. Yeah. So in my eyes, probably the best animated show that you can go watch.
News, everyone.
Yeah, exactly. So I have access to a lot of streaming services, like a lot. Like I have Hulu, I have Netflix, I have Amazon Prime Video, I have HBO Go, I have there's probably one that I'm missing. I'm trying to think of, but like it basically covers all of my shows from that point. Hulu is probably the newest addition to the streaming services that I use, and that was solely for Futurama, like I said, and South Park. Netflix, I recommend a good deal of shows on Netflix, but I'm really weird when it comes to what I watch on Netflix.
Right. Like, you recommended Dark Tourist to me, and I finished that in a day.
Yeah, like, Dark Tourist is like, you know, it's a simple series that you can watch. It's about a guy who goes around to all the places that normal tourists to different countries wouldn't go to. So like he goes to like
destruction, all that, like historical events and stuff like that, voodoo, vampirism, all that wonderful stuff.
Yeah. So like he went to like
The
Japan.
Suicide Forest.
Yeah, he went to the Suicide Forest, and he went to
Chernobyl?
it
No,
wasn't
not
Chernobyl. It was like Japanese Chernobyl.
I don't
Yeah.
want to ruin the moment right now, but I don't know what happened. It recorded part of it, and then it just stopped recording.
I have I've been recording my background, so I can like just add in your fucking thing. It doesn't matter.
Okay, that's good, because it only recorded part of it, and I don't know when it stopped. I just opened up OBS again to see if it was still recording.
That's why.
And
Yeah, that's why you don't close it.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't close it. I just had Discord over it,
Okay.
but it's still open. But I just noticed in the bottom right it says start.
Ladies and
recording
gentlemen,
last
welcome to the if you might have noticed that this video is in a different format, that is because Tosic didn't record his audio. So
Yeah,
welcome
we'll-
to we're going to be reverting back to the regular audio when we go back and do this, but this is what it's going to be this week. Luckily I make backups. So
Yeah.
anyway, so what was I talking about? Streaming services.
Yeah. Shows on Netflix you recommend.
Shows on Netflix. Dark Tourist is one of them. I recommend a series. I like docu-series, like documentary style series. There was one that came out called Wild Wild Country that was really fucking good. Like, it's one of the best visualizations of like a super cult that I've ever seen. Like, this came out like right around the time as Far Cry 5, and it was like really surreal because Far Cry 5 deals with this whole like sort of mystical universe of like,
Yeah.
you know, a cult getting like guns and shit and like rising up against the government. This shit actually happened. Like,
What show is this?
it's called Wild Wild Country. It's on Netflix. It's about like an Indian guru guy who comes to America and brings his cult following with him. And in India, they were like peaceful and they were like, you know, they could do these types of things and they were able to get away with them. But he was actually dealing with legal ramifications because people were coming into the country in masses to meet this guy because they had learned what like, oh, this is like the Grand Master. This is like, you must meet this man. Like, so people would come to his small like compound in India and live with him. And there was like 100,000 people living in a small condensed space in India. So he moved to the United States, bought like 80,000 acres of land, and then just like built a city on top of it.
Damn. Alright, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's really good. I really enjoy it. Another one that I really recommend, and I highly recommend that you watch with friends because like the when you have the ability to like look at someone in like a sense of shock, like while watching a TV show, it's so much more fun to
Oh, yeah,
do
it's
it that
priceless.
way. Yeah, like just seeing the look on people's faces and like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did that. There's a show on Netflix called Black Mirror.
I haven't heard of. I mean, I've heard of it, but I never like saw anything about it. Is that really good?
It is phenomenal. It is one of the best shows that you can get on Netflix right now. If you have not watched it, go watch it. I recommend all of the shows that are Netflix in order. Black Mirror is number one of the entire list. And it is really, really good. Basically, every episode is different. It deals with a whole new group of people. Sometimes you see some actors that come into play that are from other episodes, but they play different characters, which is kind of weird. The best one that I can describe to you is, like, to describe this... Don't watch the first episode of the first season. Because the first episode of the first season deals with a what-if scenario, and that's basically all the episodes where this princess is captured, it deals in modern day, it's just like if you go outside, that's basically what it's going to look like in the series.
Is this Black Mirror?
Yeah, Black Mirror. And the first episode of the first season is okay, but it's not as good as nearly some of the other episodes in the second or third season. And in the first episode, a guy who is like, I guess he's like a senator or something, like in Europe. I forget what they're called. I don't really know what it is. He is. He's held at like this girl's held at ransom, and they say like, if you want her back, like we're going to kill her if you don't appear on the evening news tonight, in front of all of London, and fuck a pig.
What?
So the first episode is this girl is captured. She's held at gunpoint, and this guy basically says to this senator, you must go on live television, uncensored, and fuck a pig, and then I'll release her. I don't want money. I don't want an escape plan. I don't want anything other than I want you to go and fuck this pig. And while hilarious, it's really interesting to watch, like, see this whole entire situation pan out of, like, a what-if scenario of how this happens. All of the other episodes, except for a small group of them, deal with futuristic technologies, and they do it so fucking well. Like, it is so convincing that all of these things are actually things that you can just do. Like, in one episode, like, Matt, picture the episode that I just explained to you. I'm going to explain another episode, and it's the same series. So, basically, this guy sits down at a table, or, let's back up a little bit. This woman is undergoing surgery, and she is getting ready to go into the surgery room. She's ready to go in the operating room. And what she sees is the doctors come in and give her an anesthesia, and then all of a sudden, like, she starts realizing, I've been put under an anesthesia. And, oh, wait, like, I'm watching all of this happen. How am I watching this happen? And she watches as her literal consciousness is removed from her body.
Oh, shit.
And put into an Amazon Alexa.
What?
And then the next thing she realizes is that she is at a desk. She has all of these different, like, pictures and buttons and numbers and stuff in front of her, and she's like, where the hell am I? What is this? What am I doing? And there's a giant monitor in front of her, and says, hi, you are an exact copy of yourself. You are a clone, but we put you in an Amazon Alexa, and you are going to run your house for your human self because you know exactly what you want at any given part of the day. You know exactly what you want to drink as far as coffee. You know exactly how your coffee is made to be, like, meant to be made. You know exactly how burnt your toast is supposed to be. You know exactly what temperature you feel directly at home with. And this woman's like, no, I don't want to do this. I want to be put back in my body. And it's just like, well, you are in your body. You're just a copy of yourself. And you think that you are actually you, but you're not actually you. It's confusing to describe. And then he, like, straight up puts her in a hibernation mode where for him it feels like a matter of about 15 seconds, but for her it feels like 16 years that she's just been sitting there doing nothing.
Oh,
like,
my God.
She's just been locked in this isolation chamber, just, like, every second that goes by is a year, and he just sits there for, like, a minute and a half, and he's just, like, sitting there. And then he's like, so are you gonna do your job now? And she's, like, sitting there, like, hunched underneath the desk, like she's like a bomb's about ready to go off. And she's like, yes, just give me something to do. I will do anything, please. And it's, like, the most terrifying thing ever. Like,
oh my God.
It's one of the best. I can't describe it well enough. Go watch it. Like, all
right.
I have described to you 2 events out of literally like 100 that are currently on Netflix. It is described as like a modern day Twilight Zone. So
okay.
That basically gives you an idea of like what you're going for. Yeah, that's definitely my highly recommended one. I only use Amazon. Going back to streaming services, I only use Amazon Prime for a show called the Grand Tour, which is just the Top Gear guys that are just continued from that, and HBO for Game of Thrones, which I should just cancel because it's like I don't want to fucking watch that shit.
Right. I think we're at.
We're at like an hour and 10 minutes. We could probably go for maybe another, if we want to answer some user submitted questions just in the next 10 minutes, that would probably like Because I know we asked like some people if they wanted their questions to be answered, and I wanted to get to that.
So we're
Yeah.
gonna go for another 10 minutes because this has been an hour.
Yeah,
About
yeah,
5-10 minutes, yeah.
yeah. We'll
Gonna
just pick
answer
one.
some questions
yeah,
from
we'll
you
just
guys.
We'll pick one each, and then we'll just like kind of answer it kind of quickly. So who wants to go first?
You go first.
I can go first.
Yeah, I mean you're at the top of the recording list. I'll go second, and then Toxic can go.
Give me something that keeps me up at night.
Oh, is that our topic? What we're gonna say?
That's the answer that's the question I'm gonna answer. And something that really keeps me up at night isn't really something that terrifies me. It's more like the thought of like what keeps me up at night is like thinking I'm gonna sleep through my alarms the next morning. So I just sometimes end up staying up really late or pulling on nighters simply because I'm afraid to fall asleep through my alarms. That way I'll miss school or whatever the hell. So that kind of is like a thing in my brain of like, oh, if you go to bed too late, you'll sleep through your alarms. So you got to pull an all-nighter, and I never end up doing both. So that's just the thing that keeps me up at night is the thought of missing everything the next day.
Yeah.
Okay, Brendan, now your turn.
Yeah. I think I gotta go with best what the fuck moments. I think I've said this to you guys. I think I told Robbie about it. I used to work in retail. Like I used to work behind a counter, like as a cash register. And when you work in retail, you see a lot of people that come in that like are sketchy or like they're really weird. This one woman came in, and she wanted to buy like a newspaper, and you can tell working in retail long enough that you get the idea of what people are in for. You know, like, oh, this person just wants to come in and be quick, and they don't want to have a conversation with you, and they don't want anything, so whatever, I'll just give you what you want, get you out of here as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do my job. And she came in and she was like, you didn't say hi to me, like after I started scanning her paper, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, hi, how are you doing? And she's like, well, I mean, if you would have said hi to me beforehand, then I would have, been a lot better, but, that felt kind of half-assed, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And it only gets worse. So I say to her, like, what her total is, which is, like, 99 cents because it's a fucking newspaper. And she's like, I want a bag for this. And I was like, okay. So I put it in the bag, and she's like, you don't have to give me attitude. And I was, wow, you do not have a censor, do you? And I didn't say that out loud, but I just kind of, like, rolled my eyes, and I was like, all right, whatever. And classic story of, where's your manager? That's the next thing that comes out of her mouth. And I was like, oh, God, come on. You're really going to do this. You're really going to do this. I'm like 2 hours away from just getting off. And I just want to go home. I want to fall asleep because it's like 9 o'clock at night. And I just want to die.
Yeah.
And so she's like, well, do you have like a survey that I can take? Because I want to let people know that I did not have a good time here. I did not have a good time at this establishment. And I was just like, yeah, we actually don't have any up here. We ran out of them. And she was like, oh, and you're unprepared. Wow, I should have guessed. And I was just like, oh, God, please just stop. And so like I just give her, like, I just say, look, on the bottom of this receipt, there's a survey code, and you can just fill it out there. And she was like, and she snatched it out of my hands, and then just was like, have a good fucking day, and then she just stormed out, and I was
Have
like,
a good fucking day.
and I was just like, okay, that's probably the biggest what the fuck moment I've ever had in my entire life, was working that retail job, and that specific event was just like, how the hell could you fall? Like, she came in wanting to start a fight with someone.
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea. That's my biggest what the fuck moment. All right,
Yeah, all right.
Logan,
Well,
it's your turn.
Yep. Final main thing of the podcast this week.
I don't know. I don't know what to talk about. Stupidest thing that happened to me this week, I guess, right?
All right, yeah, go ahead, do that.
All right, so I was, just playing, some Siege with my brother.
Right.
We get into a game,
Okay.
and that's a stupid topic. Never mind. It was about just this kid that just wouldn't stop like cussing us out. So, but it's done. Boom. I don't know. Give me a topic to talk about.
You want us to pick for you?
Yes. I don't know.
Let's see. Is there anything that you're genuinely afraid of? Like.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yes.
Okay.
Well.
So there's let me just say it right now.
Just say it.
Women. They can be scary, okay? You ever see someone mad, dude? Like, hey.
So it's sort of like my
It's
situation with
true.
like a mad woman, like when someone's mad at you.
Yeah, it's true though. Like, she could put all full power into just kicking you or punching you right in the nuts, and you're not gonna be on your knees saying, "Please, I'll do anything. Stop. I'll stop." That hurts. That's happened to me at school.
Stop.
I didn't do
please.
anything.
It
I
hurts.
didn't do anything.
Stop.
Please stop.
It was legit in elementary. I didn't do anything. I was just hanging out with my friends.
So
Pokemon cards and everything, and this girl came up and just kicked me right in the crotch. And I was on the ground like,
shit.
why?
What? Yeah, really? Why? Like, what was the point of her doing
I'm serious. Like, there's some of them. Some of them are really nice. Really nice and just,
The ones
gentle
that
and
suck your
everything.
dick, those are the nice ones. And that's where we're gonna leave it.
that? And on that bombshell,
And on that review, Rob only treats women like they're an object.
I respect women.
I was gonna
Alright,
buy
it's
one
just
of
gonna
those
be
shirts.
entitled "We Dig Our Own Graves."
It's time to respect women, Rob.
Yep.
You need to do that.
So we're gonna leave that episode there.
Yeah. And on that bombshell, it's time to come to an end. Thank you for watching.
Yes.
Do you guys want to plug anything before we end?
I want to plug the Discord server for this podcast. Come check it out. You can ask us questions for us to answer in episodes and stuff like that.
Link
Also
in the
come-
description.
Yep, come check out my YouTube channel as well. We just hit 350 subs today as of Monday. No, Tuesday.
Congratulations! Yay!
Yay!
Come check me out on YouTube. I'm like,
yeah,
I think
you
like
fucking
35.
Fortnite YouTuber.
Hey, I made one video and it's 1 minute long, okay? And literally the title is only Fortnite video I'll ever upload.
So, yeah, that's fine. Come check me out.
Watch me
making
upload one
gaming
next week.
videos and stuff like that. He's making gaming videos.
I'm 7 away from 70, so.
Yay!
There you go.
One thing I want to plug though is yeah, just I'm gonna be I'm making videos every Tuesday now.
Oh, all right, cool.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
Tosic Tuesday.
There you go. All right. With that, I think we're gonna have to end. So thank you so much for watching. Go check out their stuff.
Yeah.
I have my channel, which will probably not have anything new on it. Not really sure.
Horrible upload schedule.
Hey man,
You know,
I upload
Mr.
when I want
Rock.
to. Okay,
Rock.
I'm working on this.
Watch Rick be like that one YouTuber that uploads maybe 3 times a year. That used to be me, not joking. Like, I'll even go. I'm on my channel right now.
But before we
one.
get into this, we need to end it.
Yeah,
We're almost done.
we're at like
let's
we're
do
at
it,
an hour
let's
and
do it.
20 right now. So let's all right. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you all.
Bye.